Good morning, 241. My name's Aaron, and I'd like to thank you for tuning in and joining me as we come together during this solemn special occasion as we attempt to honor, and to celebrate, and to pay tribute to the life and legacy of a dear friend of both yours and mine, James Robert. So James was a special friend in so many ways. He led a rough life growing up, and after the stories that I heard from him, I don't envy it one bit. But the only conclusion that I could draw from his childhood being so rough is that it helped make him into the friend that he was and still is today. I could stand up here for hours to tell you some of the stories that we shared together of what he went through, both good and bad. But I won't do that. I'm going to try to keep this brief, about 3 minutes. I know there's a lot of you out there that are eagerly waiting your turn so that you can get up and share your thoughts and words on James. So, as I said, I'll try to be brief. So James was my first friend here in Wilson. When I moved here, I didn't know anyone. I'm pretty sure it was the first night that I was here. After I got done unpacking, I sat out on my front porch to watch the cars go by and enjoy a cup of coffee. It was complete silence. Until James showed up. And he came right up onto the porch and sat down and we started chatting. And after a little bit, we realized that James and I had a lot in common. And from then on, we became friends. James would often come over to watch football with me. We'd watch football on a Saturday if there was a Saturday game, or Sunday night, or Monday, or even some Thursday night games. James was always easily able to be counted on to show up if there was any sort of football on. And as time went on, James would show up even when there wasn't football on. It got to the point where pretty soon James was just helping himself, hanging out in my house as if he lived here himself, even though I didn't charge him rent, which in hindsight, maybe I should have. But either way, it got to the point where I'd get off work and I'd come home and he'd already be in the house. He'd be sprawled out on the couch watching TV, or snacking on something in the kitchen, or taking a bath in the bathroom. And I was okay with that. James was a good friend. I felt comfortable with him, and we built a bond that I can stand up here in front of everyone and say, I thought of James as a brother. And it's with a heavy heart that I am up here speaking about the loss of my brother. But James was a funny guy. That's one of the things that I really enjoyed about James. He always was good for a laugh. I remember one time I was doing my homework last semester, and it was a rough day at work, and I had a final coming up, and I had homework, and I was very stressed out. And I'm in the dining room working on my homework, and I could hear him in the other room, and he's laughing and giggling and carrying on. And he comes in and says, "Aaron, what are you doing?" I said, "JB." That's what I called him, JB. I said, "JB, I'm busy. I got homework. I got to study for my finals, and I got to work in 6 hours." He said, "You need to lighten up, bro." And I said, "Yeah, I'll lighten up next semester." He said, "No, right now." He says, "I got a joke for you." I said, "Okay, JB, I'll take a break and you tell me a joke." He said, "Okay." This is JB's voice. "So, there's 2 muffins sitting in the oven. The first muffin turns and looks at the second muffin and says, 'Man, it's getting hot in here.' Well, the second muffin turns and looks at the first muffin and says, 'Holy cow, a talking muffin.'" That was the type of jokes that I would get from James on a daily basis. He never got stressed out. He never got angry. All he wanted to do was have fun and laugh. Well, James, you'll be severely missed. I miss you already I can't wait to see you on the other side. Save me a seat. And thank you, everyone, for coming and joining us on this day. It was rough earlier when we had to flush the toilet to put James away. He will be sorely missed. I'll never meet another cockroach like him again. Thank you, everyone.